a very cool thing to have him here.
BP.
Maybe we can get him on stage with you, man. I heard he did that with Kenny, so who knows, man. One of the things that that I was wanting to talk about a little bit was, of course, and we want to give a shout-out because, number one, Mr. Al Braden, your sound man, who's doing a great job. But Mark McKinney, new management, basically new, and a guy that is – you've got a year where you're going to be staying busy. You've got Steve Hoiberg, I think, booking you now. Is that right?
Yeah, I finally got my life in order.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, man. You're looking – you're not going to do the TV gig. There's no more of that blue collar. Now you're going to have to get out on the road and make a living instead of sitting there and waiting for the call to come back to the TV studio.
Right. Well, that's doing what I do best. I'd rather be sort of captain of my own little ship, but it ain't that little of a ship.
No, not at all.
It's a good-sized yacht.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. We're working hard. Things are growing again. I feel better going out and meeting people than getting yelled at by people from Hollywood.
Oh, yeah. Well,
how much
you went out on the West Coast. How'd that go? Did a swing, I guess, way down?
Yeah, I hadn't been there in probably a year and a half. Well, I did Harley Strictly, that big festival in San Francisco a couple of years. They remember me. It's all right. It's just a matter, touring is a matter of going out and hitting, like you know.
Yep.
You got to go out and hit it again, and that's part of the job, man. It's the life you've chosen. So
yeah. Well, we're glad you did, brother. We're glad you did.
All right with it.
Well, how about choosing another song to do, my man? We got Scott Miller live in studio here at 90.3 The Rock. Also on UTTV, it is called The Rock Unplugged, Thursday nights at 9 o'clock. And what you going to do for us?
This song called The Hubbardville Store I learned from a guy named Jim Ringer. It's probably going to depress you, but I always like to give you a little cover you can record and use.
We like that.
Here we go. Well, it looked like rain when we laid Papa down, but he sure looked good in that suit of brown from the Hubbardville store. A small gray stone and a box of pine and 2 red roses tied with twine from the Hubbardville store. You look yonder now and you hold on, boy. Well, it stood like a ghost on the paved highway. They come in their cars and tell you to pay. The Hubbardville store. Well, Mama was weak, but her pride was strong. She said we'd pay before too long. The Hubbardville store. Look yonder, Mama, here comes the man. But Mama knew better. I could see in her eyes if money was meat, we couldn't draw flies from the Hubbardville store. And I swore to God I'd do them all in, and Mama cried, son, don't you turn to sin for the Hubbardville store. You look yonder now and you hold on, boy. Well, I felt like a man on that moonless night with a steady hand and one match to light. The Hubbardville store. Then the people come running for miles around and hid their smiles while it burned to the ground. The Hubbardville store. The sky's on fire with the Hubbardville store. Well, they give me 10 years, but they ain't built it back, 'cause I burned everything right down to the sacks of the Hubbardville store. The sky's on fire of the Hubbardville store. Look yonder, Mama, now here comes hard time.
Great stuff, man. Scott
That'll
Miller.
help with your afternoon post-lunch nap.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. Scott Miller live in studio, 90.3 The Rock. Also on UTTV and The Rock Unplugged, making your Knoxville UTTV debut, brother. So congratulations for that.
You got to get the digital cable to get that.
I think you do. So we can hook a brother up with some DVD of it, I'm sure, too. Hey, speaking of, who'd you say that was by originally, that cover there?
No, Jim Ringer is the guy I heard do it, and I think another songwriter may have written it. But
Right.
Jim Ringer was a songwriter of incredible renown. Wrote Ballad of Weaverville and a lot of classics that you know that you don't know you know.
Yeah, yep.
So I don't know. Somebody Google for me and find out. Go to the answer machine, as Johnny Wright once calls it.
And by the way, Johnny Wright will be making an appearance tomorrow at noon on 90.3 The Rock. We're going to talk Metro Pulse.
Take your chances,
best
boy.
of
You're going to roll with the right wing. That's all I'm saying.
Don Imus ain't got nothing on us tomorrow. Hey, man, you've always done a great job, at least me personally thinking of, and the new record being no exception, in that you pick great covers to record or to perform live. Of course, on Reconstruction, you've got the Neil Young tune, Hawks and Doves, and then you've got Spike, the Tom Petty tune, which is a very cool
Gator
Tom
Records.
Petty tune. Yeah, Gone Gator. What is there a process, or you just go, that's one that I listen to a whole lot, or do you even fall back to your Hawkeyes days and think, man, that's one I covered back in the day. Let's try it live, or let's put it on a record, or let me see what the band thinks. Is there a process, or when it hits you, it just hits you?
Man, I generally do ones that I wish I'd written.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's in that way. In that way, if you really wish you or think maybe you could have, if you had a good day. If I had a really good day, maybe I could write to Hubbardville store.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Then cover it.
Yeah, right. That's the reason why Neil Young.
That way it's easier to sing. It's easier to get behind. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've covered a lot of Neil Young tunes in the past.
Always.
Well, the interesting part now is all this new old CDs they're releasing. They're 2 into, I think there's going to be 7 and 2 DVDs.
I just got that live one from Fillmore.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much, everybody knows this is Nowhere live.
Exactly.
It sounds pretty much the same.
And then they just released the one that's just him acoustically. He performed in Ontario, and he's doing a lot of stuff from Harvest before Harvest was released.
I actually have a bootleg copy of that.
Yeah,
See, that's how much I'm into the Young.
That is amazing. But the great part is that they're doing these one at a time, and then later in the year, apparently, they're finally going to release this box set of Neil Young, 7 CDs, 2 DVDs. It's going to go back all the way to the early 60s and even have stuff from the band he and Rick James were in.
The Minor Birds.
Yeah, in Canada when Rick was dodging the draft and having some good times.
Yeah,
so God only knows.
I'm going to do that with my Hawkeye stuff, Benny. It's going to be quite a box set, I think. And there's enough video around.
I mean, how many people still come up to you and go, man, Hawkeyes?
Too many.
I mean, think about it, dude. That's a long time ago.
I know. Man, I've been in this town for 16, 17 years now.
Unbelievable,
Moved
man.
here in 1990.
Yeah. Well, by golly, we're glad
Still
you're
had
here.
cow flop on my boots, ran 3 red lights on Henley Street because I thought it was the big city. No kidding.
Well, I don't doubt that. Well, we are very glad you're here. Very glad, and especially a lovely hello to Thea, your lovely wife, who has to put up with you, and thank goodness she keeps you in this town as well. And again, sundown in the city. Tomorrow night, Scott Miller in the Commonwealth. Keep it tuned to 90.3 The Rock. Weather looks iffy. It's spring in East Tennessee. It can change in a half an hour.
Yeah.
So just keep it tuned to 90.3 The Rock. We'll let you know what is going on as far as that's concerned. You're playing Bristol real soon, too, right? The birthplace of
that's
country
sometime
music.
later in the summer. We got rained out on that series last year.
Wow, yeah.
So, making it up.
And then Nashville, May 1st, solo opening for Patty Griffin, if you're looking for a good road trip. So, killer stuff. Well, brother, how about going out with another one? You got one more to go out with? Scott Miller live on 90.3 The Rock and on UTTV, The Rock Unplugged. What are you going to do?
God bless you, Knoxville. Go Vols. Well, there's a big drum beating in the back of my head. Keeps getting faster and I wish it would quit. It follows me around like my own best friend. I keep reminding me again and again. You can't shake Knoxville, Chris Rock. You can't shake Knoxville. You can't shake Knoxville even if you rock and roll. I had a girl on the north end that tapped my phone. One down south that wouldn't leave me alone. I thought I got away when I snuck out of town, but one looked me up, one followed me down. You can't shake Knoxville. You can't shake Knoxville. You can't shake Knoxville even if you rock. James A.G. hiding back in the hills, a bottle full of whiskey and some sleeping pills. Hank tells Jimmy, if you write me a book, I write you a ditty with a real mean hook called You Can't Shake Knoxville. You can't shake Knoxville. You can't shake Knoxville even if you rock and roll. No, you can't shake Knoxville even if you rock and roll.
Music from a man that has proven that point in that song for a long time now, that you can't shake Knoxville. Scott Miller live in studio. Good stuff, brother.
Thank you, Benny. Thanks for having me.
Well, glad to do it, man. Anytime. The new CD is called Reconstruction. It is on Sugar Hill Records, and it is all your finer CD stores. Give them those websites, too, brother, your website, so folks can go check it out.
TheScottMiller.com.
TheScottMiller.com. You can check it out there. I'm sure obtain the CD there as well. Sundown in the City tomorrow night as well. There'll be plenty of them out there, and I know locally Disc Exchange has them too, and I'm sure Cats carries them. And it's a good one. It's almost like an anthology of your career. Some old stuff, new stuff.
Is it really? Career spanning, would you say?
It is a career spanning live CD.
Bite me.
That is Scott Miller. It's called Reconstruction. It's good stuff.